minutes. Tomorrow night on News 10 at 11, we'll have a special report on close encounters.
Well, as I walked in, the ramp came down on this side.
John Blaris will be talking to a man who claims he's been abducted by aliens and has the scars to prove it. Plus, a local professor's theory on abductions and UFO encounters may leave you sleeping with the lights on. That's Close Encounters, tomorrow night at 11 o'clock on News 10.
And of course, you just watched part 1 of Asteroid tonight, and in part 2 tomorrow, you'll see what happens when chunks of a giant asteroid come crashing into Earth. Glenn Hurricane Schwartz takes a look tonight at the possibility of something like that actually happening in our area. Glenn.
Well, see, Annie, I'm here in the Net Center because in a few minutes I'll show you how to log in and chat with me and a local astronomer for all the inside info on asteroids. First, though, some things about asteroids you probably didn't see in the movie.
Actually going into an asteroid field.
They'd be crazy to follow us, wouldn't they?
Yo, Solo, do you know what the odds are of navigating an asteroid field?
Never tell me the odds.
This is where a lot of us get our first look at asteroids, but they're not fantasy like the Star Wars movies. Asteroids colliding with Earth is not like the science fiction of aliens visiting our planet. It has actually happened many times, and we have the craters to prove it, like this one in Arizona. This is not science fiction. This is science.
Most of the asteroids are in that asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, but there are a number of other asteroid classes that orbit in different parts of the solar system. And there are some that orbit within the orbit of the Earth.
Derek Pitts of the Franklin Institute looks for asteroids everywhere, from his large telescope to his tie.
There's some meteors or some asteroids right there.
In that spot right there?
I think that's lunch from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He says there isn't any evidence that an asteroid has hit the Philadelphia region, but
Many, many millions of years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, an asteroid of some size probably landed in this region. It's true for everywhere in the world, actually.
if an asteroid just a half-mile in diameter did slam into the city of brotherly love, you'd be looking at a crater 6 miles in diameter, all the way from South Philly to the Roosevelt Boulevard.
The good news is we'd know about an asteroid coming months in advance.
The bad news is there's nothing we can do about it, at least at this point.
The size of the asteroid determines whether it has no significant effect, is a temporary regional catastrophe, or global annihilation. 65 million years ago, a giant asteroid hit Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula area, creating a crater 100 miles across. And many scientists think that was ultimately the death of the dinosaur, and 70% of the rest of the species on Earth.
The good news, no human has ever died from an asteroid impact.
The bad news, NASA estimates the chances of you dying from an asteroid impact are greater than dying in a plane crash, tornado, or fireworks accident.
Never tell me the odds.
I just found a piece that's big enough to track. It looks like it's headed our way.
Good news, we don't know of any asteroids headed our way.
The bad news, we don't know where 90% of them are.
If we don't break it up or stop it, millions of people will die.
The good news, there's a government organization called NEAT that searches for asteroids and ways to protect us from them.
The bad news, there are fewer people involved in that than play for the Flyers.
We've got thousands of pieces coming at us.
Oops, let's go to Plan B.
There is no Plan B.
We're making light of this, but who wants to think about global annihilation? But look at it this way. Instead of worrying that your risk of dying from an asteroid collision is greater than dying in a plane crash, why not think about how safe that makes it to fly?
You have learned your lesson well, young Earth Watcher.